Okay, hello, welcome to another My Library is Conversation video. I'm Dan Bostrom, Rails Member Engagement Manager, and today I'm speaking with Jeanne Aken, District Librarian at Beach Park School District. Hello, Jeanne.
Howdy, good to see y'all.
So, Jeanne, your library was the recipient of a 2022 My Library is Grant for School Libraries. Can you start by telling me just a little bit about your project?
Sure. I basically based this project at the middle school, which is my main library. We also do have 4 elementary schools. But the whole purpose of this project was to get diversity into our STEM learning, right? So I wanted to build my biography section. So I purchased biographies of women and underrepresented um, just the collection didn't have a lot of diversity in it, right? We had a lot of scientists, but they were the typical ones. And I wanted the scientists to look like my students. We are at about 55% Hispanic, about 35% Black. We're in the teens for white, just a couple percentage of Asians. But I really wanted my kids to be able to look in there and see role models of what they could do. Originally, I was going to have 9 after-school projects with kids to do the hands-on makerspace stuff, because I also bought makerspace materials. We bought squishy circuits. We got just hands-on manipulatives for my kids to be able to do things and to start that problem solving, create, fail, create, redesign, that whole process. Time got away from us, and we ended up not doing large after school projects with everybody. So I introduced materials during our school day makerspace time. And then during the month of April, we ended up having lunch and learns. So we ended up having 20 lunch and learns in the month of April and an extra 5 afterwards. And I must say, these actually went so much better than my original plan. Kids were excited. They would go get their lunch. We would Zoom with somebody and they would ask questions. So we had a basic, like a starter question sheet for them. The people would introduce themselves and then talk about their job. We had lots of women. We had lots of Hispanics. We really did hit all of the demographics that we have in our school district. So I was really proud of the diversity there. I mean, we had somebody in banking. We had a veterinarian come. We had, oh my gosh, a woman who's working at Microsoft. So now when you go to and use Microsoft 11, once it comes out and you go down and you try to find a file, you'll be touching the stuff that she coded. We've had people from Abbott come. We had a NASA scientist working on vertical lift technology, like when rovers have to do like helicopter things. And she's currently working on flying cars. I mean, we have had some amazing speakers being able to get kids excited about this, see that they this person had trouble getting into it because they were female or it wasn't set up for them and the difficulties that they had, but these people surpassed expectations, fought through, have paved the way for my young students to then maybe break out to do things that they might not have done. We talked with somebody in concrete construction who said, yeah, I would go to these construction sites and there wouldn't even be a bathroom for me because I'd be the only girl. And so how do you work through that? How do you change it so we can become more inclusive and we really can have that idea that, yes, I can be anything.
And that's what I like so much about your project was, you wanted to purchase, you were purchasing, materials and equipment and things like that, but you also had this kind of wraparound program, right, to make sure that kids were utilizing those resources and things like that. Can you talk in a little more specifics about the things that you use the funds to purchase and how kids are using those?
Sure. We went ahead and purchased, let's see, between 50 and 75 new biographies. Some of them were collective biographies, so there would be many biographies in there. When I originally written the grant, our 7th graders was doing a careers project. They then this year decided not to do that. But when my family and consumer science teacher decided near the end of the year to do okay, everybody gets a job. This is your job. You're gonna have to live on that salary, that type of thing. That actually coincided in April with our programs, and it did get kids excited. She did offer extra credit. I must say our 6th graders came out and there was a lot of excitement for that. And then we actually got parent feedback as well. So squishy circuits, I am
a lot of different things.
on some of the other things because those were actually used throughout the year,
Yeah.
right? All makerspace circuitry type of things aside from the books. So basically 2 things, books and makerspace items to get them the hands-on problem solving tools, right?
Yeah, the traditional library, right? The traditional library and also kind of the new library, right?
Yes.
Tell me, when you started this project, what were the original goals? What were the things you were sort of hoping to accomplish?
I was hoping to get kids to be able to see themselves in a variety of occupations. Getting them to really believe that no matter what they wanted to do, if they studied, if they could make the connections, they could make the get the resources to really pursue things that interest them. You shouldn't have to choose a job just for money. You should be able to choose a job that you love and that supports you. And so it was basically diversity. I really wanted them to see diverse professionals and be able to sort of project themselves. Whoa, in 10 years, I could be doing that.
And are you satisfied with the outcome so far?
Oh my gosh, like I say, it ended up turning out a lot better than what I had planned in the first place. I had planned like, okay, we're going to read one of these, we're going to read about one of these people, and then we will do like a makerspace experiment. And I have gotten positive feedback from both kids. Teachers have come down who I never see in the library. And I have had parents email teachers who were willing to, say, give extra credit for the kids to come down. And parents stop me and say, hey, that was a really cool program. I love what you're doing because it's opening up my eyes, my students' eyes to all these different things. So I am ecstatic that it turned out so much. I like it so much that I would like to start hopefully doing it next year, but on a regular basis, instead of like 3 weeks, almost every day for 3 sessions. I would like to do this on a more consistent basis.
Yeah. Well, that's so amazing. And Jeanne, congratulations on your project. I really thank you for the time to speak with me today. I want to remind everybody the applications for the 2023 grants are closed, unfortunately, but we are starting to get a lot of blog posts and from our 2022 recipients and stories like these. So I hope that they will inspire you and make you think about what you might want to do next year as applications will open in the fall for 2023. As always, check out the mylibraryis.org website, and we will see you all later. Thank you, Jeanne.
Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Too.